Hello, welcome to the Lilac Tree Tarot and to a general reading for the sign of Aquarius. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And if you're returning to the channel, welcome back. It's so good to have you here. We're going to do a general reading for Aquarius. It should cover the month of August. I know I'm a little bit late getting into the August reading for Aquarius, and I apologize, but sometimes life just happens, you know, things happen. So let's just get right into it without any further ado. I'm going to pull 3 cards for you, 3 oracle cards that'll give us an overview of the general energy surrounding Aquarius for the rest of the month. And we will then get specific, a little specific into the tarot, as specific as we can get. This is a general reading after all. So, you know, as you know, take what resonates and leave the rest. Then we'll talk about the runes that I pulled for you and the astrological dice that I threw. And then finally, we'll just complete everything with one oracle card that'll give us some final words of wisdom for you. All right, you got dry desert here. Aries also got dry desert. So interesting, my bookends, right? Aries and Aquarius both getting the dry desert card. So this could be a month where you are reaching some real revelations here. You're coming to understand that a certain time of inactivity was there for you to kind of to change your perspective on things, to turn you into a new person. I liken that dry desert card to 40 years in the desert and the Israelites being in the desert for 40 years, and how when they emerged from the desert and went into the promised land, they had created a whole new generation of people that didn't know what it was to be a slave. So that 40 years in the desert was really critical to their transformation as a people. And so, you know, I feel that that may be kind of a parallel experience that you're having, Aquarius. But let's see what else we got going for you. Thank you, Spirit. Please give me clear and accurate messages for Aquarius. You got family. I love it. You got family, and then here in the runes, you also got the rune of family. And I like how the rune is mimicking the oracle card here with the 2 seahorses. Kind of looks like they're kind of kissing there in the middle. So that's really interesting. You may be coming out of, or you may be having some kind of realization about your family, coming out of stagnation within a time of your family. The thing about seahorses, it's really interesting, is they don't have a traditional way of reproducing. So the female will lay her eggs in the sac, in the pouch, kind of like a kangaroo pouch of the male, and the male will care for the eggs until they hatch. And the male is, you know, is like very nurturing and caring for the babies. But once they hatch, seahorses are strange. Once they hatch, they don't really take much care of their babies. They kind of just let them out, let them go, let them fend for themselves. Could be how you're feeling. Maybe some of you Aquarius are feeling like your family is kind of left you out to dry, or you may be feeling that you need a little bit of a break from your family. It's very specific. It's not going to resonate with everyone, obviously. So let's see what else we got going here. We've got be bold and make the first move, cardinal moon. All right, interesting. So there's that link to that Aries energy again, with the cardinal, Aries being a cardinal sign, and Aquarius, you're a fixed sign, so you may need to incorporate that adrenaline, I guess, that sense of adventure, that oomph, that moxie this month. But let's get into some tarot and let's see what we got going for you for the rest of the month, Aquarius. All right, thank you, Spirit. Please give me clear and accurate messages for Aquarius. Clear and accurate messages for Aquarius. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, you've got the 4 of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Two of Swords, And the Two of Wands. Wow. Okay. Twos. We've got the twos, and I mean, to have two twos on the table right after each other is kind of interesting with the one and then the twos. So I'm kind of liking this for you. Like I said, I don't go too much into the runes, but you got also the rune of Isa in this rune here, which is this little lightning bolt, which is a rune of the sun and success. So I feel like whatever stalemate you've had there that's indicated by that dry desert, you're going to have a real breakthrough of some sort. The sun is going to shine through and melt all that ice. Now the Four of Cups, before I move on and pull more cards, the Four of Cups can talk about, and I'll just give you the definitions of these cards, and then once I pull the clarifiers, we'll get into some more subjective interpretations. But the Four of Cups in this deck is called luxury, as you can see, and traditionally in your more traditional Rider-Waite Smith decks, you see the Four of Cups as being a person sitting under a tree or just sitting forlorn, and there being like a hand coming in and giving them a cup, and either they are looking at the cup and they just are like whatever, or they don't even see the cup, they don't even notice it. And so, you know, you can talk about just a feeling of like discontent, basically, kind of like that, you know, divine discontent where you're just kind of meh about everything. Or it could be a gift that's coming in and you're not recognizing it, you're not appreciating it for what it is. But with the Four of Cups in this deck, it talks about the need to feel whole within yourself. It's very much a as above, so below kind of card, where you're upset because you're no longer too willing to accept a reality that is not equal on the inside and the outside. It's like you want your internal feelings to be representative of what your external environment is, and you want your external environment to be representative of what your internal feelings are. So it's a very interesting kind of card where you are no longer willing to accept a dichotomy that doesn't express itself both internally and externally. You've got it. So that's your overall energy for the month, and I do feel that with that dry desert there, it's kind of like that big, you're sitting and mulling around what in your life you no longer want to accept, or how things have gone in your life and how you want to change them, how you want to move forward from here, what lessons you learned. The Ace of Swords is in your kind of like external position, or what you kind of need to keep in mind as you move forward through the rest of the month. And that's, Ace of Swords always talks about needing to get mental clarity about something, about a subject, or cutting something out into your life, or making a clear decision. Now, the way the Ace of Swords comes in for me sometimes is a decision that's made in your favor. And so I have the 6th house here in the dice that I threw for you. There may be something going on at work for you where there is a decision that's made in your favor, where you get something that you have been hoping for. The advice position here is the Two of Swords, and it's called peace in this deck. Peace meaning being at peace with yourself. Sometimes really what that peace can be is just making a decision. That Ace of Swords can talk about needing to make a clear decision about something, to cut something out, and then the Two of Swords can talk about the peace that comes once you've made that decision, because sometimes most of our turmoil, our pain comes from an inability to make a decision, and once you've made the decision, it's easy for you to be at peace and to move on. Even if it's a decision that wasn't necessarily the right decision, having made a decision is many times better than not making a decision at all. Because if you made a wrong decision, you can go back and correct it once you realize that it was an incorrect decision. But if you don't make a decision, you're in this status place, and then an external force will come in and make that decision for you, and that might not be what you want, right? You end the month with the Two of Wands. It's called Dominion in this deck, and it is Mars in Aries. The Two of Wands card talks to me about doing what is true to your own self, doing what is true for you. I call it my Prince card because Prince had Mars in Aries, and it speaks to me of moving forward with your within your passion, within your truth, even when people around you are telling you that you're not doing the right thing or you're not good at it. You know, people booed Prince when he first went on stage and told him he had no talent, and then he wound up becoming, you know, one of the world's greatest musicians of all time, right? So it's definitely that need to follow through with your passion and own your dominion, own your stuff, and move forward with confidence. All right, let's get some clarifiers here for you. Thank you, Spirit. Please give me clear and accurate messages for Aquarius. Clear and accurate messages for Aquarius. Thank you, Spirit. Okay. Again, I'm hearing you might be on the cusp, so check out that Aries reading. Okay, you got the Five of Wands under the Four of Cups. You have the Strength card. You have the Nine of Wands. And then you have the King of Cups. All right, lovely energy here for you. All right, so Five of Wands, really, again, just talking about that inner turmoil. Five of Wands can also talk about situations sometimes where things just aren't going your way. It's just minuscule, insignificant things that don't go your way. They get you frustrated. They get you annoyed and upset and questioning everything, put you in a bad mood. Your challenge is to rise above it. But I'm really being drawn right now to all of those people sparring. So I feel, again, with the family card here and these people, there could be some kind of conflict going on within a family situation. And it's going to be incumbent upon you to be that deciding factor there, to make that clear decision on how the family is going to move forward and what decision, how you're going to divvy things up, or it's going to be different for all of you, right? But I think you know how it applies to you. Under that Ace of Swords, we have the Strength card. So yeah, this is really you digging deep down into yourself and getting very clear about what is in your power to change, what is in your power to create, what you want, how you're going to tame the beast, basically. How are you going to tame the beast? Now, usually it is an internal struggle. It's digging deep down and finding the strength to move on when things are difficult. Having the Strength card and the Nine of Wands together is telling me that, you know, and then especially with that Five of Wands, there's been a lot of conflict here around you, Aquarius, that has made you really question yourself, question long-term priorities, question, you know, how you want to move forward. We have here this rune here. This is a rune of protection. It's a thorn. So I feel like there may be something that you kind of consider a thorn in your side, and you are, you know, you've really been struggling with how to deal with this situation. At the end of the month, you have that Two of Wands and you have the King of Cups. So let me pull another clarifier on the King of Cups, but I'm feeling it in a number of different ways. In one way, this is you acting from a place of benevolence, of generosity, of unconditional love. We have that family card, and seahorses do represent unconditional love. So I see you bringing that bringing that force, yeah, and using that to, you know, break through any barriers that may be in your way, any obstacles. But thank you, Spirit. Tell me more about that King of Cups. It could also represent somebody else that comes in with that King of Cups energy, and this really helps you out. So let's see. Thank you, Spirit. Can you clarify that King of Cups for me? Why the King of Cups, please? Thank you, Spirit. Why the King of Cups? The Seven of Discs. Some kind of plan. The Four of Cups again. Yeah, this is you really thinking long term. So really what I'm feeling here with these cards, Aquarius, is that this is you really taking the long view here as you make your decision on how to move forward, really taking everybody's opinions or everyone's interests, I should say, to heart, and really trying to come up with a plan that will strengthen and make everybody successful in the long run. The Seven of Discs is a farmer's card, right? He's looking at his crops and he's adjusting things, he's refining, he's figuring out, well, what is the best way to move forward from this stage so that I can gain the largest harvest, right? My crops will be the most productive. And so I'm really feeling that with that dry desert and that 40 years in the desert theme, that you're really taking the long view here, Aquarius, which is great. I think that you're going to, by the end of the month, have a plan. You know, with that Two of Wands, that talks about making a solid decision and really having the will to move forward with it. And that King of Cups talks about coming from a heart space where you're able to move forward with honesty and truth and do what's best for everybody. All right, so I told you I'd tell you a little bit about the runes and the astrological dice, but I think we already went into them. This is the rune of protection. It's like a thorn or a briar. This here is a rune of family and relationships. And then this is a rune, rune Isa of ice. And then right here, this is a rune of the sun. So willow, it's like the sun, it is light, it is success. So I think you're really going to crack that ice or crack that problem, basically crack through and find a solution that brings the sunshine back in for everybody. In terms of the astrological dice, you also got Neptune here. Very dreamy energy with Neptune in Libra, Neptune in Libra, and then in the 6th house. So kind of a little bit of a different story here. Libra is a sign of balance, ruled by Venus, so Libra loves things to be beautiful and balanced and harmonious. We have that family card there again, so where there may have been some illusion or some confusion, I would say, around family situations or around something that keeps you in balance. Now you could look at your astrological chart, your personal chart, and see where Libra is in your chart and see what part of your world this may be applying to. But we have here the 6th house talks about career, jobs, things that you do every day, like basically. Could also talk about pets. So there could be pets involved in this situation in some manner. But again, you know, it'll be different for everybody, and I'm going to let you figure out on your own how the astrological dice may apply to your situation, okay? All right, Aquarius, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pull one final oracle card for you from Nature's Whispers Oracle deck. This will be like parting words of wisdom from Spirit to you, and I think it's really worth it to sit here and listen to what this deck has to say, because it usually either gives some good advice or just sums up the reading pretty nicely. And because I said that, it'll probably give us some kind of message. It's totally out of the blue now, right? Just to mess with us, but we'll see. Thank you, Spirit. What parting words of wisdom do you have for Aquarius, please? Parting words of wisdom from Aquarius, please. Thank you. Please give me a clear and accurate message for Aquarius. Okay, we have empowerment. I love it. All right, let me get the book here so I can read to you. Number 45. All right, empowerment. The moment for respect for life and all living things, attuning to nature and to the creatures of the earth is at hand. Tune into the deep well of compassion that spills over readily to anyone who needs your help. You are being directed to take action, to remove difficulties, and to resolve problems. Be receptive to guidance from wherever it happens to come. Don't be surprised to receive support from unusual avenues. Be alert to seemingly random input, which will give you clues and ideas that had not occurred to you earlier. Once you have picked up these signs, pursue them diligently and with determination. The potential for them to pay off is immense. As soon as you know what action to take, take it. All right, Aquarius, I think that really does fit in beautifully here with that Ace of Swords, needing to know what action to take, and then that Two of Swords that we discussed, making a decision and then moving forward with that decision. I love it. And also, you know, that King of Cups talking about signs from the universe or help that may come to you in a manner that was unexpected. Also, that Neptune card can talk about that. So I'm pretty impressed here with your reading, Aquarius. I think this is really strong energy for you. I think you're going to come through in a really positive way by the end of the month. So I hope you found this helpful and interesting and fun. And if you did, if you could hit that like button for me, I'd really appreciate it. It really does help me out. And if you haven't subscribed yet to the channel, please do so. I would love that. All right, Aquarius, have a great month. I will catch you next time. Bye.